Mary, where are you reading? You are at we are reading the book of verse 6. Yeah, we are reading from and we are ministering.
Verse 5, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we are ministering from the book of Ruth. We started to read from chapter 1. We are in verse 5 and we are going to verse 6. Yeah. The question here that we are asking is this. A 10 years marriage of the two sons of Naomi to Orpah and Ruth. There were no children involved. And now, these two men are gone. So what does that leave Naomi with? Nothing. Let me tell you, when I was reading the book of Ruth, you see, when I read the Bible, there is a voice that has been put in my Bible. I don't know when that started, but it suddenly started. A voice is inside my Bible. It doesn't matter what Bible I pick to read. There's a voice inside and once I start to read, there's a voice, there's somebody in it that is talking to me, that is showing me a TV, that's showing me movies, or giving me audios, or telling me things about what I'm reading. There was a supernatural attack. Hold on, where is my pen? Here we go. There was a supernatural attack to eliminate. There was a meeting to eliminate the future. There was a meeting to stop the future from happening. The future was seen in the family of Elimelech. The womb of Naomi was carrying the future of Israel. Please listen to what I'm about to tell you. You may just think that you are just a woman and there is nothing special about you. That's true, but that is not true. You may be there and you may not know that your destiny and your assignment as a woman is connected with the future of an entire race, an entire continent, an entire nation. You may not know it. Naomi and her husband were carrying the seed of the future of our whole nation. They were ordinary people. And something has read their record in the public library of the universe. And they didn't know. And so that thing began to eliminate the husband, and now it has eliminated the children. And what does that mean? Eliminated the seed. I hope you're seeing what I'm saying. Are you getting what I'm getting? Something, some forces, some people have seen that the future of a nation, a future of the world is connected with you. And so here comes sickness, deafness, blindness, urological problems, cancer, different kind of problem is thrown at you. generational poverty. And you think these are just normal stuff. Day before yesterday, God spent time to tell me how to deal with certain things instead of coming to pray in heaven how to deal with them on the earth. Shante, are you with me? Where is Shante? Okay. She's not here.
I'm here.
Okay. Immediately after the program, just call me. Immediately after the program.
Okay.
There are some of you that I will be picking you one after the other. By August 12th, I will go through all my covenant partners. Please go on our website to see what qualifies you to be a covenant partner, or what qualifies you to be a friend of Idika Mary's ministry. And please, if you have not given to my mission and travel fund, please release a seed for me to travel, because I need to start traveling immediately. I need to start flying immediately. Shante, have you stayed at Marriott, Courtyard by Marriott before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, who has stayed there? Because I've not stayed. I mean, Geneva, you and I and Marjorie, we have stayed at Marriott in Baltimore during the conference we had there. But that's not the same like Courtyard, is it? I'm not sure Geneva is on the line. I'm not sure. Who has ever used them? Because I'm about to use them for something. So anyone who knows a little bit about this, that will be fine for me to know how those things work. Okay. You may not know what is happening to you. That's why you need to ask the Holy Ghost, please let me know who or what is connected with my future, with my greatness. Please listen to me. Your greatness is in the future, and you are walking towards it. Sometimes especially with your giftedness, is bringing you into people who will promote you, into a location that will promote you. But many a time there are things, forces or people who have seen even beyond what you yourself knows about you. And they are out to kill you or out to eliminate something in you that has to do with the overall good of yourself, the wealth, the greatness. Sometimes even before you are connected to greatness, they want to stop you so that you are not even connected to greatness. When we finish the story of Ruth, you will also see how, before Joseph could even get connected to greatness, problems with his family, problems with Potiphar's wife, thrown in jail, left there to rot and to die. Same thing with Moses. So I'm simply showing you what is playing out behind the scene of all these things that people are going through. And many a time they don't know it, because they don't care to know. And you just thought maybe it's your mistake. Sometimes it is. But majority of times, please, people of God, listen. There is an engine that has been turned on. There is a generator. There are something behind the curtain that are playing Even though those things are in secret, but they are playing out in public. You are like a marionette. You are like somebody has put his finger on you and making you do things and you don't know it. And you are just yo-yoing to wherever they are yo-yoing you to, and you don't know. And that is why praying in the Spirit is very, very important, because that's what reveals and eliminates. Praying in the Spirit, please write it down. Praying in the Spirit reveals, eliminate, construct, and builds you. And not just builds you, it connects you to greatness. Make sure you write all of this. Vicky, I hope you're at work tonight. Is Victoria at work tonight? Good. Thank you.
Yep.
See, this man is about to really settle down and do business of life. But he didn't know that he and his wife carried the seed of the future. And something is eliminating them. Why? Why were the men the first to be eliminated? Why was Elimelech? And why was Mahlon and Chilion eliminated? Why were the men the first to be eliminated? Please tell me. Because they are the carriers of seeds. When it comes to the battle of the future, because that's what you are seeing here in this story. You never saw this. People don't, you go to church, they don't tell you this. This story we are reading, the story of Ruth, is actually called the battle for the future. That's the meaning of the book of Ruth. The battle for the future. Did you see this all this time you've been reading the book of Ruth? Have you seen it anywhere in the internet or in any book about what I'm telling you about this? Nowhere. The real summary of the book of Ruth is the battle for the future. Whoever has the future has power. Write it down. It's a major key. Whoever has the future has the power. And let me tell you something else you need to write down, which is a very powerful key. The future belongs to those who has the seed to sow for it. The future belongs to those who have the seed to sow for it. Let me write it down myself here too. The future belongs, Mary, please, Mary and Vicky, please write it down. The future belongs to those who have, who have the seeds to sow for it. That's it. This is very strange thing we are doing tonight. That's why if you follow my ministry, you can never fail. Those who follow my ministry can never fail. Vicky and Mary, write it down for me. So that I remember that I've said this. It's very, very important to me. Those who follow my ministry can never fail.
Yay.
Those who follow Idika Imeri and his ministry can never fail. That's very, very important. Very important statement. So, number one, whatever was against the future of Israel planned it so well. In fact, that thing was waiting for Naomi's husband and his children outside the territory of Israel. So it used, whatever it is, used famine, lack of food to chase them out of their covering to where they had no covering, so as to eliminate them from possessing their future. Please write this down. Something is trying to force you to leave your place of covering to where they will stop you from conquering tomorrow. And put in bracket future. So when problem happen does not mean you should flee. You should go and look for better life. So make sure that you are not living without your covering, because that's how it looks. They left without the covering of the God of Israel. They had no covering in the land of Moab, but they had better life in the land of Moab, but they had no covering. And what saw their future, it was easy for that thing to eliminate them. Because you see, by them having children, they will conquer the future. So that's why the man was struck dead. Because if the children were the first to be killed, if Naomi's sons were the first to be killed, then Naomi and the husband will probably have returned back to the land of Israel, where they will have covering and they will pray and possibly begin to have children again. Because at the time that Naomi's sons died, Naomi's was already past maybe 60 or 70. So that tells you how long that they lived. Because you remember what Naomi said to his two daughter-in-laws. Even if I was to get married today, it will take a long time for the children to grow. I'm already elderly. So that tells you that they didn't live in Moab for only 10 years. They lived for more than that. But we are going to see where she said that. Are you going to wait? That tells you she was still able to make babies, but it will be babies that came late because of her age. So when you see certain death happening in your family, that's when you should spring into action to put a stop to it from other people dying. Because when they start, they don't stop. When the elimination of the future begins, those things do not stop. One of the easiest way to trap you into leaving your covering is marriage is one of them. That's why if you are not careful, through marriage, you will be eliminated. Unless the hand of Elohim, Yahweh, is involved in it. You can have all the ceremony, you can spend billions of dollars to do a wedding. It does not mean that that wedding is going to last. I'm serious. Eating rice, playing music, wearing your wedding ring and gowns, and bringing the entire nation to come and celebrate your wedding is not a guarantee that you are in a wedding. Because let me tell you, I've seen people having a wedding, and I've heard God telling me that He's not part of what they are doing. So it does not mean that because you go to church that God is in the church, or He's part of whatever they are doing in that church. Same thing with a wedding. Same thing with a marriage. Many people in marriages, you go into the archive of heaven to look for their names in the marriage register of heaven. Their names are not there. So many people that have come to me, I went to go and ask whether they are really in marriage. They are not. That's why they're having problems. So you may think that you are really married. You may not know that you are not. So the future of this family was right before their eyes, stolen and taken away from them. They are made to stop having children. And there are certain people, they are made to stop having money. If they can kill the seed of your money, the seed of your talent, or sometimes something in your body will be punctured and turned off, and you don't know how it happens. And that's why women who found themselves barren have to fight it. They are like, I'm not going to be barren. I want a child. And always you see God give them children. So don't say that because you couldn't have children, that's why you should give up. Because many a times, it's not just that you were called to be single. Many a times, something has seen that the future of the world, the future of a whole state, a whole nation, a whole group, the future of a family lies with you. And they come to eliminate that part from you so that that future doesn't manifest, doesn't come into operation. You have to know this. Let's see what happened next. Continue to read.
Verse 6.
Here's the latest news
Come,
from
Then
let's-
she arose
or if you prefer,
with
Hold-
her
hold on.
daughter-in-law,
switch to
her
CNN.
Hold on.
Switch to the
daughter-in-law.
Washington Post instead.
Hold on.
Live from NPR News in
Hold on,
Washington,
hold on.
I'm
Hold on,
Louise
hold on.
Schiavone.
Hold on. My iPhone thought that I'm talking to it and it's going straight to something else. That's why I like my iPhone. It thinks that that's what I want to do. Therefore, it's just talking to me, telling me. He's telling me he's going straight to NPR News because he knows I like to listen to it. So he thought that is what I'm asking it to do. To either go to CNN or to go to NPR. Then he decided to pick one for me. All right, go on reading, please.
Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab. For she had heard in in the country of Moab, how that the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread.
Okay, stop there. Something is wrong here. Something is wrong here. What do you think is wrong in this? In what verse were you reading? Verse number
6.
Verse number 6. Naomi now heard that the years of the Sabbath is over. God has visited his people again. The year of plenty has begun. What did you think that Naomi and the husband and the children, what they did wrong? What did they did wrong? So now she heard that the Lord has visited the people of Israel. Now there's plenty food. What did they do wrong? The same thing that the children of Israel did wrong in the land of Egypt. What is it that is exactly what immigrants do wrong? What is it? Somebody help us here, please. What did they do wrong?
They refused to visit their country.
Not to visit. That was a very good try, Mary. Thank you. Even for trying, you did good. What is it that they did wrong? Issachar is a strong horse, strong donkey. Mary, you remember that portion?
Yeah.
Issachar is a strong donkey. When he saw that the place where he found himself, or he has gone into, was very nice, there was plenty for him to eat. Roof over his head. He became what? He put his hand to bear and became a slave at forced labor. It means that, please people listen carefully. It does not mean that because where you are, the job is going good, everything is fine, that you should not be on your guard to ask God, is this all that there is for me? Was this a place of temporary assignment? Was this a place of waiting? Is it a perfect will? Is it a conditional place? Is this a place of limitedness? Where is my place of totality and plenty? What Elimelech and Naomi and their two sons did wrong was this. After living in the land of Moab for some years, they should have returned back to their own country. They would never have had the problem of people dying. They overstayed where they were supposed to stay temporarily. They went there to stay permanently. The job that you have was supposed to be a temporary assignment, and you are turning it into a permanent assignment. That's why you are having a problem. Let me tell you something. Even certain marriages are supposed to be, because you don't know a whole lot. You are not street smart. So many a times, certain things are conditional, situational. When finally you are now matured, you move on. And some people don't know that. They don't know how to move away from a temporary assignment. They do not know how to move away from a permissive will and migrate back or migrate into a perfect and permanent will of God. And that's exactly what happened to the children of Israel in Egypt. They came, their brother was like a second Pharaoh, a god of Egypt, the governor of the entire world. And they forgot that even the people they came to be with did not forget that they were strangers. Still, that change do happen. What you think is what is giving you money, tomorrow might be eliminated. The company that you think is $1 billion company, tomorrow you might wake up, it has been swept away by history. A man that you may think has all the power in the world to rule the world, wake up tomorrow, the person is dead and long gone. And everything starts anew. Somebody else continue the process. And that is why we are told not to put our trust in human beings. So they overstayed. So if Naomi's two sons did not also die, Naomi would not have made inquiry about where she came from. So now the two sons are dead. Now she's forced to check in with people back home. How are things back home? They say, life is booming. People are building. Food is back. It has been back a long time ago. The last 7 years, we got it back. You should know, even though things are good where you are, you should know when you should move on. Because you don't have no covering. The children of Israel didn't have covering in Egypt. And they were enslaved. And here is Naomi. And she is smart now. 3 deaths. 3 people dying has made her to become smart, finally. Even smarter than the smartness that she has. Now she heard there is food. What we were looking for is back in abundance. And it happened many years ago. That was what they did wrong. Do you know when God has moved ahead? Do you know when God has moved on? And you are still staying. God and the angels have moved away. And you are still there. And that's a very dangerous thing to do. And those who have the seed of the future should become very spiritual, so that they know when the glory has lifted from one place. When the pillar of cloud is on the move, you move. When the pillar of fire is on the move, should not be. When the pillar of fire is moving, that you should be sleeping at that time. It means that you should pack up and follow the fire. When the pillar of cloud stop. When the pillar of fire stop. When both of them begin to move. And that's what these people did wrong. I hope you are learning. I hope you are going to take this thing very, very serious. Because when you read the book of Ruth, it doesn't sound like you are seeing all this, but these are exactly what is in the book. And now, she's now abandoning the food of Moab and the good things in the land of Moab and all that they had in the land of Moab. She's going to abandon it and is going to go back to where she came from. You may not need to move back from your family or from your nation, but you will need to move into the future. Because you are still standing outside the gate. You are still knocking on the door, and the door has not yet been opened. Have you spent time to ask God, why? Why is the door still shut? Why is the gate still locked? What is it? Tell me, and I will obey you. Read the next place, please.
Verse 7. Verse 7. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her. And they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah.
Okay.
Verse 8.
So she took her 2 daughters and they began to pack their stuff.
Daughters-in-law.
Yeah, their daughters-in-laws. Oh, sorry. She went to her daughters-in-law and said, we have to leave this place. We have to leave this place. Why was she eager to leave the place? When already there is food. There are good things in the land of Moab. And now there is food back in Bethlehem. Why was she eager to move back? Because in a normal situation, you will say, well, to hell with it. I have my 2 daughter-in-laws here. I will stay here, they will take care of me. That's how some people think. But now you see the gift of leadership. She's now going to lead the way. She came as a follower. Listen to what I'm going to tell you. She came as a follower. She's now going back as a
leader.
As a leader. That's you. I'm talking to you. You came as a follower. Now you have to stand up and march on and march out as a leader.
Hallelujah.
People of God, are you getting this tonight?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She came as a follower. Now she's going back as a leader. You are not going back as a follower. You are not moving into the future. As when you hear that Naomi was moving back to Bethlehem, she was not going back to be the same Naomi that left as a follower. She is not just moving back to Bethlehem. She is now saying to herself, I'm going to take the future. Since something is against my becoming somebody, I am going to face you face to face and tackle you, because this is a battle about my future and my family. She is going back. In fact, when you hear that she went back to Bethlehem, the real meaning of it is she went into battle. That's the real thing. She went back to Bethlehem did not mean she went to go and eat food. She went because there's already food in the land of Moab. There's already wealth in the land of Moab. So don't tell me that it was because she was depressed. It was because she's sick. She's bereaved. She's grieving. She's sad. That's why she's going back to Israel, to Bethlehem, to go and be with her family. No. When you read the book of Ruth, you will see it was not the reason why she went back. She's going back as a leader. She is moving into the future to tackle what has destroyed her family. She's going to face that thing face to face. She's going to look at the dragon face to face, the great red dragon face to face, and said, I have come to get you and to destroy you. And since you don't want me, since you don't want the seed of the future to come from me, I'm going to prove to you that it's going to come from me. I'm going to use what I have to deal with you. I'm going to use what I have to get my future. Please write it down. Use what you have currently. Use what you have currently to get your future. Because now the husband is dead for her to get a child in her womb. Her sons are dead. They didn't leave no earthly children with these two women. How is she going to fight? People of God, are you listening to what I'm saying to you tonight? This is where you see my genius comes out, is this kind of thing. How God uses me in this kind of thing. So she doesn't have no man. Her husband is dead. Her sons that are supposed to protect her are dead. And she's left with two ladies. So she sat down and calculated and said, you know what? I am not going to sit down and continue. I am bitter. I'm very bitter. I'm very sad. I'm depressed. I'm grieving. Don't get me wrong. Those things are happening to me. But you know what? I am returning, but I'm going to face the future. I am going to sow into the future. And I'm going to use what I got to do it. Nobody is going to do it for me. The death of my two sons and my husband is a wake-up call that there is more in me than less in me. Write this down. When bad thing happens to you, it becomes a wake-up call for you to challenge and to deal with. For you to challenge and to deal with. Whatever took what you prize most or value most, or what took you captive. Now, do you see how two innocent women who have now involved themselves in a marriage with Naomi's children? Now let me show you how you can innocently, ignorantly get involved in a marriage that you do not know what is working within those people. Do you see how two ignorant, naive, innocent, beautiful, smart women, intelligent women, who wanted a family, entered into a marriage of bad luck? Have you seen it? The bad luck did not come from those women. Because if you say, yeah, it's because they came from Moab, that's the reason why. Okay, what about Elimelech? Naomi's husband died before, after some years, Naomi now made the children to get married. So this marriage was a marriage of bad luck. They were in bad luck marriage because what was attacking Naomi's family is now going to attack them. And it did. Now they had no children, and now they had no husband. How do you think they felt? Do you think that because Ruth said, I'm going to go with you, wherever you lay, that's where I lay. Wherever you be bed, that she must have been a very strong woman? Lie. She was going through, she and Orpah were going through what Naomi was going through. Because they have lost husbands. See? They've never suffered depression or stress or pains. Now they are getting it. What is shooting Naomi's family is now shooting those women. And one of them is going to say, you know what? I'm going to fight alongside you. All those talk of Ruth wanting to go with Naomi actually in a sentence means, mother-in-law, I'm going, you are a general. What has happened has turned you into an idol. Is that you are now my idol. That's what she was really. Many of you see it as how love shall be. It's as about love. You know? That's what Ruth was showing love to Naomi. Who told you that that was the only thing it was? The real thing about it was, she said to Naomi, you are now my idol. I see the way you handle stuff. You don't pretend. You let your emotions show. But you're after the future. You don't want to lose out. If you sit here and cry, it's not going to do us no good. I'm going with you. I'm going to be your lieutenant. I'm going to be your captain. You are the general. I'm going to fight with you. I'm going to fight alongside you. When you hear her say, I'm going with you, don't make me to stop going with you. Your God shall be my God. Your people shall be my people. What she was actually saying is, listen, I see what you see. You've opened my eyes to see. There is something waiting in the future. There is greatness waiting for you. And I want to tap into that greatness. The death of the three people is not going to stop the future. It's not going to stop the greatness. You came to the land of Moab to be connected to greatness. And now something bad has happened. We are going to continue to pursue. I'm going to follow you. And we will continue to pursue what brought all of you down to the land of Moab. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Put your emotion into the Bible, and then the Bible will open itself up for you. Please write that down. Put your emotion into the Bible, then the Bible will open itself up for you. Please keep reading.
Verse 8. And Naomi said unto her two daughters-in-law, go, return each to your mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as you have dealt with the dead and with me. Verse 9.
That tells you that the two daughters-in-law were very supportive of her. They really comforted her. They provided for her. And so now, three of them are bereaved. And they are ministering to each other. But now a leader has emerged. Don't allow what has happened to you to turn you into a follower, to turn you into a wimp, to turn you into what you are not supposed to be. Your destiny is still there. Your assignment is still there. And nobody's going to do it for you. That's why your excuses. Heaven doesn't understand why you are giving excuses. Because here are people who've suffered 3 deaths and they are willing to move on. She's now counseling them. She's now doing therapy on them. She's now blessing them. Keep reading, my dear.
Verse 9. The Lord grants you that you may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. Verse 10. And they said unto her, Surely we will return with thee unto thy people. And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Why would you go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters. Go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would you tarry for them till they were grown?
Yep.
Would you stay for them from having husbands? No, nay, my daughters, for it grieves me much for your sake, that the hand of the Lord is gone out against me. Verse 14. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, and Ruth clave unto her.
Okay. So let's stop there. We are going to stop there tonight. We'll continue this tomorrow. This is what will be happening. Tomorrow morning I'm broadcasting. You are not invited to come unless you want to. So tomorrow morning, Monday, the 23rd, 23, Monday 23, I'll be broadcasting here in the morning at 7 in the morning, 7 Central, which is 8 in the morning for those in the East Coast. I'll be broadcasting in the morning, and then I'll be broadcasting tomorrow afternoon also. And then I'll be broadcasting tomorrow evening because I want to cover a lot of grounds. You see, in ancient Israel, there are certain things that happens, certain bad things that happen that people will think it is the hand of the Lord that has been against them, which is another way of saying bad things has happened to me. So don't think it was God that was afflicting her. It wasn't. So that's just the way it is. It's like Job saying, the Lord has given, the Lord has taken. Whereas it is Lucifer that was at work in Job's life. So tomorrow morning, we will continue from where Mary has stopped, and we will continue here. You are on your way to greatness. And I want you to see how some people attain greatness. On their way to greatness, things happen. And this is how they take it back. You're going to see how, even though Naomi did not get married again, Elimelech, Mahlon, Chilion, they are all dead. But you're going to see how she was able to find an outsider legally married into her family in the name of Ruth, one of her daughter-in-law, and how she gave him as a tithe into the future in order to recover her future. You will see that. Good night. And do not forget to bless this man from God, whose name is Sidikai Mary. I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.
Bishop,
Yes.
Jay, do you want me to call you tonight? I got your message.
Yes, stay right there. Let me answer you, please.